Stacy, thanks for meeting with me. I was doing some rounding at mealtime today.
About
and I
Mr.
was-
Worley.
Oh my, you knew who I was talking about.
Peg, he was horrible. He was aggressive. You can probably tell I'm still frustrated. He kept calling our food slop. He kept throwing at Mr. Ramsey in my face that he was going to call administration. He wanted stuff that was non-compliant to his diet. He's on a renal diet and he wanted grilled cheese and tomato soup. But he doesn't, the way he talked to me was completely uncalled for and unnecessary. I do not feel like I need to be belittled like that by anybody.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't have that same experience when I went in to see him. He was actually very pleasant.
From the second that I walked through the room, he was very aggressive. I was dietary girl. The food was slop. He mentioned calling Mr. Ramsey and even motioned to his phone doing it several times. And I was just very offended in the way that he talked to me and the way he treated me. He shouldn't have been that aggressive with me.
Stacy, this is so unlike you. Why would it have been different today? You've addressed patients like that in the past.
I just don't feel that we should have to go through that kind of behavior with a patient. I mean, his behavior was very ugly and nasty. There was nothing about him that was pleasant from the second that I walked in the room, and nothing that I could say or do or try to accommodate him made things any better.
Now,
It just got worse and
Was this the
worse.
first time? I apologize. Was this the first time you'd met up with him, or is this how long have you known him as a patient, as your patient?
No, this
here?
is the first time.
So this is the very first time that you've had an interaction, and it digressed very quickly.
Mhm.
Very unusual that occurred with you. And I just keep going back to why this particular time, because I've not heard this from you before.
It was just his aggressive behavior. I felt put down. I felt belittled. I felt like him calling Mr. Ramsey was a threat to me, that he was going to get what he wanted and he was going to call Mr. Ramsey to get it. And I felt threatened by that phone call, that he just didn't have respect for me or what I was telling him, or his doctor that put him on that diet.
Well, let me think about all this, and I think we'll do some follow-up, and I may end up going to see Mr. Worley again.
Okay.
But we'll get back to you on this, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.